All right, class, we are going to put some of our words in our notebook. We'll start on page 3. Page 3. All right, let's start with gas. Now, which vowel are we using in gas? Good, we're using a. And is it saying its first sound, its second sound, or its third sound in gas? Is it saying a, or a? Good, it's saying its first sound, right? Because it's what kind of syllable? Good, it's a nice job if you said closed syllable. All right, so go ahead and write gas. See the sounds while you write them. And then mark it if it needs any markings. All right, if you haven't finished, pause the video. Oh my. Sorry, I forgot that I can't do it in the book. 1 second. All right, so there we are. That's what we should have. There's no markings right there. All right, now if you did not have something here for u, saying its fourth sound, you could go ahead and put pull there and write and mark it. I already have something, but I know sometimes we have different things in our notebook. All right, so next we're going to turn over to page 4. All right, so this is exciting. We've got our vowel pairs here, our Y's and I's, and our W's and U's, and we haven't put anything yet down here for these two. Class, what did these two phonograms say? Good, those say oi. So we have oi that we do use at the end of English words, and what's this one? Good, oi that we do not use at the end of English words. Which one do I use in the word oil? Good, oi that we do not use at the end of English words. So right next to that phonogram, which if you don't have it written in yet, write it in. Go ahead and write and mark oil. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, so let's check it. All right, I hope yours looked like that. All right, let's go to page 6. Page 6. All right, so we've got, what do we have on page 6? Good, it's our multi-letter consonant patterns. So that just means a phonogram that's more than one letter that makes a consonant sound. All right, so for this one, what's this phonogram, class? Say the whole name. All right, I hope you said sh used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. All right, because that's what it is. So we have this, even though this only has one sound, we've got 2 spaces because we have it used at the beginning of a word. And now let's use it at the end of a syllable. All right, so in this second spot here, we'll write push. All right, in push, which do we use? Good, u. All right, so go ahead and write and mark push. All right, if you haven't finished, pause the video. That's what it should look like. I hope we had that 4 on top of our u, because it's not push. That would be if this were saying its first sound, it's push, All right, the other thing that we're going to write on our page is, let's see, go to the 3rd shaded bar. So hopefully under that we have g, 2-letter g. Right below that, so if you don't have this one written in, go ahead and write it in, say it while you write it. Right below that, we're going to write in our 2-letter r. So right here, go ahead and write that and say it while you write it. All right, so hopefully yours looks like this because that's our two-letter R. All right, and then next to it, go ahead and write rec. Before you write rec, class, which k do we use in rec? Good, k, two-letter k, used only after a single vowel that says it, or us. So go ahead and write and mark rec. All right, and pause the video if you haven't finished yet. That's what it should look like, rec. All right, nice job with that, class. Let's see, for our next word, toe. Now, wait a minute, we learned a kind of toe, right? That's on our foot. But that sounded the same, but was spelled differently than the kind of toe we learned today, and they meant different things. That means that's one of our HHH words. So we're going to go to our HHH words page, which is 14. All right, so let's see. Our two words were spelled differently, sounded the same, but had different meanings. All right, so right here on our next free line, let's start with writing our old toe, the kind we learned before, the kind on our foot. Which O do we use in that kind of toe? Good, we use O, the O of toe, of course. So go ahead and write and mark that kind of toe, the one on your foot. All right, and then next to it, first I'll let you check. I drew a little picture of what would remind me that that was that kind of toe. Hopefully your picture might look better than mine, but again, it's not for art, it's just for helping us know which kind of toe that is. All right, in the next spot, we're going to write our new kind of toe. So we use a different O in that kind of toe. Which O do we use in that kind of toe? Good, we use ow, O. So go ahead and write that kind of toe and mark it. All right, so make sure yours looks like that. I tried to draw a picture of a car being towed, so you can try and do something similar. It's not, yeah, remember again, it's just to help you remember what this kind of toe is, the one with, oh my goodness, with ow, O. All right, so so toe and toe are what kind of words? Good, those are homophones. Remember, that means they sound the same, but they're spelled differently. We also have another word we learned today that we can put on this page, and that is the word oil. Because we can use oil as a noun, so that means the thing, so the kind of oil that you put in your car or the kind of oil that you cook with would be a noun. All right, but it can also be a verb. So oil, meaning the action of putting oil on something, as in, I need to oil my baseball glove. Oil. All right, so what kind of word? Let's see if those words are spelled the same and sound the same but mean different things. What kind of word is that? Good, so oil and oil are homonyms. All right, so your next free line in the homonym column, first we'll write oil, the noun. So go ahead and write and mark oil. Which oi do we use in oil? Good, oi. That we do not use at the end of English words. All right, write and mark that. And then next to it, I'll draw a little bottle of olive oil. All right, and then for the verb, it's spelled and marked exactly the same. So go ahead and write and mark it. Say the sounds while you write it in the next box. So it looks exactly the same, but this is our verb, so what are we going to put next to it? All right, we're going to put a little v right next to it. All right, class, we will call that good for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.